Hey guys, so in this video, I am going to tell you all that you need to know before watching Avengers Endgame. So as most of the Marvel fans as well as the movie buffs know that at the end of Infinity War, Thanos snapped and wiped out 50% of all living creatures. First, let's take a look at who are the characters we will not be seeing in Avengers Endgame. So first, Loki and Heimdall were killed at the beginning of Infinity War. Gamora was sacrificed by Thanos for the Soul Stone. Iron Man was killed by Thanos for a few seconds, still Strange gave the Time Stone to Thanos in exchange of Stark's life. And Vision was killed by Thanos as he ripped the Mind Stone from his head. The children of Thanos, aka the Black Order, were all also dead by the end of the film. These were the characters who were really dead in the movie. Now let's take a look at those characters which were decimated by the snap. The first character we saw being decimated was Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier, aka the White Wolf. The second character was Black Panther, then Groot, Scarlet Witch, Falcon. Next we saw characters being decimated on the planet Titan. First went Mantis, then Drax, Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, and at last, Spider-Man.
You're alright.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I don't want to go.
I'm still recovering. In the post-credit scene of the film, we also saw Agent Maria Hill and Nick Fury being decimated as Nick sent a message to Captain Marvel with the help of his pager, which we saw him giving to Captain Marvel at the end of Captain Marvel. That's a lot of Captain Marvel. The last characters we saw being decimated were Hank Pym, Hope Van Dyne, that is the Wasp, and Janet Van Dyne as Ant-Man went into the quantum realm to collect quantum energy in the post-credit scene of Ant-Man and the Wasp. A few weeks ago, we also got the new character posters of Avengers Endgame where they made different black and white posters for the characters who are actually dead, and in those posters, they revealed that Shuri was also decimated by the snap. We will not meet her in Avengers Endgame. Let's take a look at the characters which will be playing a major role in Endgame. The first Avenger we saw in Infinity War was the mighty Thor. Thanos destroys his Asgardian ship, killing half of his people and leaves Thor to die there. But Asgardians wander in the space, they come across Thor's body and take him in their new ship, the Benatar. As Thor gets well, he goes on a journey to Nidavellir to forge a new Thanos-killing weapon. On his way to Nidavellir, Rocket gives Thor an eye that he stole from Contraxia, as he doesn't have an eye. As he gets there, he finds out that it was Eitri the dwarf who made Thanos' gauntlet and cut off his hands so that he would never be able to make another one. However, Thor forges his new weapon known as the Stormbreaker by awakening the heart of a dying star. And when Eitri is not able to find the handle, Groot makes the handle by cutting off a part of his body. In the end, Thor arrives in Wakanda, which is considered to be the most epic shot in all of the MCU. He puts his axe through Thanos in the end, but Thanos says his iconic dialogue.
Should have gone for the head.
Now, Thor is with the rest of the Avengers who were in Wakanda. In the trailers of Endgame, Thor is seen with these Avengers who have come back to the Avengers HQ. The second Avenger we saw in Infinity War was Hulk, who was defeated by Thanos in the beginning and was sent to Earth by Heimdall. He landed in the Sanctum Sanctorum in New York where he met Doctor Strange and Wong. He informed Strange, Tony and Wong about Thanos and was not able to transform into the Hulk. Later, he stayed on Earth to find the rest of the Avengers. As he reunited with them in the Avengers HQ, he went along with them to Wakanda and fought the Outriders in the Hulkbuster suit. In the end, he is also seen with the Avengers, and by the trailers of Endgame, we know that he will be coming back to the Avengers HQ. But we have not yet seen the Professor Hulk that we are expected to see in Endgame, so that I am really excited for. The next Avenger we met in Infinity War was the one and only Tony Stark. When we met Tony in Infinity War, he was on a walk with Pepper Potts when Doctor Strange arrived with Bruce, informing him about Thanos. Then Tony went to Titan with Spidey and Strange, fought with Thanos with all he got. Tony was the only one whom Thanos knew. As Thanos said,
Stark, you know me? I do. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge. My only curse is you.
But by the end, he lost all his buddies who were there with him on Titan, including Peter, who was like his son. Still not recovered. By the trailers of Endgame, we can make out that Tony is in the Guardian ship, the Benatar, with Nebula and figures out a way to return to Earth, where he reunites with Captain America, who were last seen together at the end of Civil War. Tony will also be seen in his new armor Mark 85 in Endgame. The next characters we saw in Avengers Infinity War were the Guardians of the Galaxy. Most of them were decimated by the end of the film, but the remaining ones are Rocket and Nebula. Rocket was with the Avengers in the end on Wakanda. He will also come with them to the Avengers HQ. Nebula on the other hand was stranded on the planet Titan with Tony and will help him to return to Earth. By the trailers we know that she will be returning to the Avengers HQ and will build an emotional connection with Rocket. The next Avengers we saw in Infinity War were Captain America and Black Widow. Both of them came back to the Avengers HQ where they met James Rhodes, that is the War Machine, and went to Wakanda to separate Vision from the Mind Stone so that he can live. They fought with the Outriders but by the end were not successful as Thanos snapped. By the trailers of Endgame, we know that Cap, Black Widow and Rhodes will return to the Avengers HQ and Steve will shave his beard. Yes! Our original Steve is back. Cap will be getting his shield back too. It is not yet confirmed if it is the same shield he lost at the end of Civil War or it is a new prototype. War Machine will also be getting a new armor and there are rumors that we will be seeing the War Buster, the War Machine version of the Hulkbuster suit. Black Widow's hair color will return to her original red during the events of Endgame, but that's not too important, right? The next character we met in Infinity War was Okoye, who after Black Panther was killed will probably stay in Wakanda to protect it. In Wakanda there is also M'Baku. It's not M'Baku, it's not M'Baku, it's M'Baku, and it's definitely not Tambaku. The remaining characters are Ant-Man, who last seen was trapped in the quantum realm, but will unite with the Avengers as seen in the trailers. It will not be difficult for him to escape the quantum realm as he has done it before in the first Ant-Man movie. There are theories that it will be Ant-Man who will help the Avengers travel through time with the help of the quantum realm. Janet Van Dyne had warned Scott Lang not to get stuck in the time vortex or else he would not be able to come out of the quantum realms. I think it is because of the time vortex that they are able to travel through time. Who was the other character who we did not see in Infinity War? Oh yeah, it was this guy. Hawkeye. Hawkeye, who has been featured heavily in the trailers of Endgame. Black Widow had said in Infinity War that he was on house arrest after the events of Civil War.
Where's Clint?
After the whole Accord situation, he and Scott took a deal. It was too tough on their families. They're on house arrest.
But in Endgame, he will be turning into the character of Ronin, most probably because his family will be decimated by the snap, which we saw in Avengers Age of Ultron. We saw that he was settled in a farm. He has a whole family. My theory is that his whole family gets decimated by the snap and he's on the run to figure out what has happened. And that's when he meets the Avengers. Now let's talk about the character that now is very popular amongst all the MCU fans. Not my favorite, that is Captain Marvel. As we have seen in the post-credit scene of Captain Marvel that she will be returning to Earth to help the Avengers. So she will be a great addition to the team as she has been considered as the most powerful superhero of the MCU. And Kevin Feige has confirmed that we will be seeing the weakness of Captain Marvel in Avengers Endgame. There are some characters who are not decimated by the snap. These include Pepper Potts, Happy Hogan and Wong. The most interesting reveal by the new character posters was that Valkyrie is still alive. We know this because in the beginning of Infinity War, some of the Asgardians were sent off in vessels and Valkyrie may be one of them. And at last, let's talk about my favorite character of Infinity War, who was actually the protagonist of the film, the one and only Thanos! At the end of Infinity War, he snapped and his whole gauntlet was destroyed or something like that. I don't know if he will be able to use his gauntlet, but by some of the trailers and all, we know that he will have the armor which we saw at the beginning of Infinity War, where he came in the Asgardian ship. In the end of Infinity War, he went on a different farm-like planet, which the directors say that it is Titan 2. And I think by staying on the farm for a long time, he has mastered how to use the gauntlet. So guys, this is all you need to know for Avengers Endgame, which we will all be witnessing in a few days. The runtime of the movie is 3 hours 2 minutes. I hope they do not cut any scenes or anything in the Indian version, because I really want this movie to be the greatest spectacle I have seen in decades. If you like this video, please like and share this video, and please guys subscribe, and always remember, Wherever there are movies, there is Aamir. So guys, see